Hey guys, and welcome back to HairHoney. Today we will be talking about male and female pattern baldness, what it is, how it works, what cures it, is there a cure for it? So stay tuned and get excited because I'm super excited to talk to you guys. Hey guys, and welcome back to HairHoney. Today we are talking about male and female pattern baldness, what it is, how it works, and is there a way to cure and or treat it? So let's start with androgenic alopecia and what it is. Androgenic alopecia is also known as male and female pattern baldness. Now, most of you who hear female and male pattern baldness say, well, I have it, it sucks, there's nothing I can do about it. Wrong. Very wrong. The next thing is, what is androgenic alopecia? And androgenic alopecia is the endocrine system, which is in our body, and it is the home of all of our hormones. So estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, and other hormones that are needed for a healthy body to function. So we break down, so it goes from the adrenal glands to the endocrine system, and then in the endocrine system, you have the hormones. Let's just use the examples of estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol production. So when testosterone is produced, it can branch off and be catalyzed in different ways. And testosterone naturally creates androgens. Now, androgens aren't really the bad part of androgenic alopecia. It is the thing that androgens make, which they are not supposed to. So your body could be triggered into a bad path of catalyzation of the androgens, which creates DHT. Now, DHT is the real problem in androgenic alopecia. DHT creates a concrete-like substance on the hair follicle that causes it to build up, and as it's doing that, the follicle is shrinking because it's being suffocated, there's no blood supply, and it eventually closes up and the hair falls out. Now, in some cases of androgenic alopecia or male and female pattern baldness, it can be permanent. And what that means is your hair follicle closes and no new hair growth will come out. Now, the best way to attack androgenic alopecia is to do it once you start noticing it. And the way to start noticing it is figuring out what type of hair loss you actually have. Because doctors like to just say male and female pattern baldness. We're going to get a stipend from Rogaine for us telling you to buy Rogaine. So they're going to tell you to go buy Rogaine, Fistinerine, or Minoxidil, which are super toxic and harmful for the body. So it is not the best solution, and they are not long-term solutions. You have to use them every day religiously. They cause bleeding and itching of the scalp, and they're bringing in toxins into the body, truly. So you want to avoid those kind of things. So doctors typically misdiagnose hair loss all the time. They will say it's male or female pattern baldness, and you just have to deal with it and live with the consequences. So figuring out the type of alopecia you have is for sure the most important thing. Now, if you think you have male or female pattern baldness, which is supposed to be androgenic alopecia, the first thing that you do is find a doctor or find a place that is willing to do something called a Dutch test. And a Dutch test is a comprehensive test that breaks down all of your hormones and exactly what path they are catalyzed by. And I will include an overlay of my Dutch test here so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. Yes, it may seem super foreign, but they actually add a lot of narrative to what they're seeing in your body, as well as recommendations of what to do. Now, androgenic alopecia or male and female pattern baldness only happens if you have excessive amounts of DHT on the scalp. Now, leading into the next question that I wanted to answer for you guys, is there a treatment and or cure for androgenic alopecia? According to mainstream doctors, there's not. But they also take payouts from other companies such as Rogaine, Minoxidil, and Fistinerine, and all of those super toxic chemicals that people are putting onto their scalp, which is very porous and is leaking internally in their body. Now, I'm going to plug my own product really quick, but I recently opened up an Etsy shop, and there are different things you can do for overproduction of DHT and aka androgenic alopecia, aka female/male pattern baldness. And those are a combination of different herbs and supplements you can take to help balance out the endocrine system internally as well as externally. So on my Etsy page, which I'm very excited for, and I hope you guys support my small business, I've done so much research, not only to help me, but to help you guys too, because it's hard losing your hair both as a man and a woman, identity crisis galore. So there are things you can do, and the things that you do is try and treat both topically as well as internally. You want to block the DHT from the scalp, increase blood circulation, and help balance out the hormones that are being overproduced in the endocrine system. Now, there's different ways of doing it, and I tried to create simple ways, such as hair oils for DHT, as well as DHT, which is a tea, get it? for overproduction of DHT and balancing out the endocrine system. So I attack it from both an internal and an external factors. Now, there is way more that you can be doing, and you can be doing a comprehensive overall treatment for your hair, as I like to attack my hair loss from every single angle, whether that be derma rolling and then putting on the oils that I make, drinking my tea, PRP, laser caps, head massages. So I try and attack it from all angles. But with specifics to androgenic alopecia, the main thing that you really need to do is reduce the amount of DHT. So figure out if it's DHT causing it, because if not, then it's a different form of alopecia you have and you were misdiagnosed, and other forms of alopecia are actually easier to treat and they're not scarring. So that will be a good thing if you figure out you don't actually have male or female pattern baldness. But taking something regularly will absolutely help. Now, there's things like saw palmetto, rosemary, stinging nettle, horsetail, and these are all pumpkin seed. You know, these are all really great things that block DHT production. They are natural and completely harmless to the body, and they also provide other nutrients that the body may be needing elsewhere, but they also help to increase blood circulation. So overall, that is kind of what DHT is, how it works. I mean, what female pattern and male pattern baldness are, what is androgenic alopecia, how does it work, what is DHT, how to block DHT, and the only other thing that there really is to say about female and male pattern baldness in this video is that female and male pattern baldness happens differently. For women, your hair loss typically starts in the center of your scalp and your part starts to widen, and you also lose the crown of the head, which seems to be like the most susceptible to losing hairs, that crown spot. For men, you guys typically start to lose it in this area and it recedes backwards and you keep this center strip, but you lose the back part, the back crown part too. So those are different telling signs of androgenic alopecia. So if you are suffering from a center part and you are a woman, that is most likely androgenic alopecia. And with males, if you have a receding hairline and it is going back from this side backwards, then it is typically androgenic alopecia. But the only way to know for sure is to take a test such as the Dutch test, which does a very comprehensive breakdown of the hormones and will also tell you if you are overproducing DHT. So that is like the best way to attack androgenic alopecia. Now, when you hear female and male pattern baldness, do not, I repeat, do not sit back and say there's nothing I can do about it, so just let it go. There's always something you can do about it. It is just the doctor doesn't know or is not willing to tell you the things that you can do about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I will link down to my Etsy shop. If you are suffering from androgenic alopecia / female male pattern baldness, definitely check out my products. Give them a test run, stop the hair loss and block the DHT and balance out the endocrine system, which is the major factor. Don't just treat it from one end, treat it from both. I also have the hair oils, which are great DHT blockers for the scalp, and those you will be noticeably longer hairs, thicker hair shafts, and more fullness in your hair, because I've been using them now for a year. And I'll do an overlay of my hair loss journey. I can't ever figure it out. So that is now, and I will show you what it was before. So thank you guys again for watching my wrong channel. Thank you guys so much for watching HairHoney. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and check out my Etsy shop, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.